he's obviously having this swap with Sharon, and he's just like, I'm not having this. I was willing to accept what happened to me, but I don't think it's worthy of this. So he tries to get out, and like there's maybe a tussle. Like remember, this isn't like foolproof yet. This is the main notes. It's going to be practically steamrolled. It's the reason it hasn't been steamrolled just yet is because there's like a few bits of details. There's extra characters. Anyway, I'll get into that in a bit. So there's a tussle, and he tries to get into River Styx, the River of Souls, and more conflict. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get to where I want to be. That was the entrance. I'm getting out there. And something happens, and it ends up basically he has to accept his fate. Ultimately, he realizes what's happened, and it's like, no, this is it. I am here, and this is what I've done. I am this, only this. I need only what I have. Some of the lyrics from the song Abyss Walker. And ultimately, he realises that he really can't do anything about it. So, yeah, characters. There's going to be 5, 1 per band member. Now, I originally wanted to be the boatman because, let's be honest, the boatman's pretty cool. The only problem is that discussing this with a few friends, I says, bro, you can't be the boatman. We understand how awesome you want to look with all your robes on and stuff and ferrying people across, but you have to be the warrior leader king that's far from grace. Because those that do know the story, the reason behind this song and in general was saying, you're the front man. Like one argument was like, people who don't exactly know the story behind the lyrics, is that you're the front man. Everybody will see you at the front. You probably. There's also the myth that the front man runs everything in a band. It's not always the case. I mean, for example, you got Mr. Harris, Steve Harris, from Iron Maiden, bassist. So he kind of runs the show for them, really. But anyway, people always go towards the vocalist. So Bruce Dickinson, they're the most in the limelight. That's just what it is. They've got a microphone. They're going to speak to people. Funnily enough, 4 members of our band have it. It's only our bassist that doesn't. So sorry, Dan. So so there's 1 character per person. So I would be the warrior, the person that's fell from grace, and of course that makes sense. 1 person to be the boatman, which could be Dan, Chris, Dave, or Jay. Not found out yet. And the other 3 characters would be other parts of the story. So one idea was that this instead of the kitten, like I said earlier, it would be a person that they betray. Like only have a minute thing, but it becomes something big. So that could be one of them. And the other 2 would be monstrous spirits that kind of stop. Get involved with the conflict with on the boat or in the River Styx with Sharon. Might change either way. They'd be other souls that were affected, and kind of like, affected. They would be other souls that kind of serve Sharon, because they'd fell off the boat and not fully made it into Hades. So he now controls them. They are part of the River Styx. But also that one guy that was betrayed would also be part of that. So it all kind of comes into one. Now it is spoilers, but oh well, it may be changed along the way, and if it is changed, I may not discuss some of it. So you still have kind of surprises there. So yeah, 1 band member per character. So it's a lot of work. Currently going through. I've sorted out the genres, so it'll be like fantasy mixed with a bit of horror, just to kind of make it more serious. Kind of thrillerish bits. It's kind of a bit like it's going towards the area of Game of Thrones, but it oddly just come to my brain now. So all this ready for next year to be in production. So yeah, concept art, story art, then into an animatic for the end of this, so I can do possibly a few line tests for next year. But it's a big task, but we'll get there, and I think it will be quite good if everything stays on target. I've recently done a schedule. One that I did I tried to adhere to last year. I say try to. You can't always literally like stick to them. So literally stick to them, or blue tack or something. Now, you can't always stick to what you plan. That's life. But I've got my schedules, and I will be uploading them with my aims of what I want to do each week. Hopefully, I'll be able to upload those to the end of these videos after that, so then you can see where I'm going with it, and any like little drawings or notes I've got. I mean, like, look, I've drawn little Artorias of the Abyss. That's where a lot of people know where the name Abyss Walker will come from. I'll just cut him into that real quick. Abyss Walker is a term coming from the Dark Souls series because it really inspires me, and it's kind of Artorias, Sir Artorias of Astora tries to fight off the Abyss and gets infected with it, and nobody knows what happens to him. So it's like Dark Souls, it's got that tragedy element to it, and it was inspired slightly as well by that because it had correlations of like trying to save something and ultimately falling victim to it. So yeah, Artorias, can you see him? His little doodle. Yeah, feeling for you there, mate. So yeah. Any updates I have will come on here and will be on my blog, which is ketchupbeard@tumblr.com. So if you want to look at my pre-production, my professional practice, and my extended module, there'll be all links at the top of that, so you can see that. You also see other links if they're not posted on there, on the bar just below it, which will be my Pinterest, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I've got my YouTube on there, but I will at some point. But yeah, it'll be posted on there, and you'll see a massive amount of work like build up for it soon. It doesn't feel like I've done much, but it was all being kind of theory based at the moment. A lot of writing, like ton. Oh no, look, I've drew myself on that one. Trying to figure out how this character would look. He's not going to look like that. Not in the end, anyway. Like I says, all the writing, so I can have a foundation for this music video to be good. And yeah, one piece of advice, and I know I'm going to over 30 minutes with this, but oh well. One piece of advice I had for a music video was the animator for the music videos for the Queens of the Stone Age's recent album, Like Clockwork. They have music videos which is animated as well. The style and the images were by Boneface, who's an illustrator. But Liam Brazier, I spoke to him, I messaged him as part of a survey for my professional practice, and spoke to him about being a lead animator. And he says, if you're going to do a music video, make sure that it kind of interacts with the music, so it goes with beats. If it does have a narrative, then fair enough, but make sure that kind of the shots and the things that are happening in the video correspond with the music. So say, for example, like a random idea. Imagine there's a double bass kick pedal, going really quick. You could put that to an image of somebody with a machine gun or something like that. Just not a great image. It's a bit violent, but you know what I mean? If you had an image of somebody going around with a Gatling gun shooting and stuff like that, and you heard a double kick pedal, then it would correlate visually via audio. So he said, yeah, he goes, move it with beats and rhythm and kind of stuff like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be one fluid story, because that would kind of bore people in a sense. It wouldn't, well, not bore. It would kind of take people out of it. But I'm going to try and marry that together with the narrative. So it's like if you think about Ghost Walking by Lamb of God, that's got a few of those moments, but a lot of moments it gets a bit but yeah, it gets a bit boring. So this video needs to ultimately work on a level where it's interesting to watch without the music, so you can still understand what's going on whilst you're watching it without the music. Then when it's got the music on, it's enhanced, so your experience is like even better. It has to work on its own, and it has to work even better with the music, so it becomes really good. So yeah, sorry I've been speaking for about 40 minutes, but this is kind of built up. It's a combination of like, well, last week's video was like the 15 minutes I had there, mixed with what I've done a bit earlier this week with the drama and acting and stuff like that, which was amazing. Built with like the entire idea behind Dormy Attacks Abyss Walker. So yeah, this was last week's vlog. I will be doing this week's vlog at the end of this week. Just it'll probably be about 5 minutes, as I've took a majority of this some of this for this week, put onto last week's, all put in one go. So yeah, I am Brian. That's a shout out for you, Martin, who keeps thinking I'm saying I am Brian on one of our songs on the EP. But anyway, I am Brian, also known as ketchupbeard. You are a beautiful audience. I'll catch you soon. Like, subscribe, comment, and yes, comment to me, speak to me. I like to talk. If you haven't noticed, look at the time. I like to speak. So yeah, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you next week.
Coffee,